We scan the stars for alien life, but the most extraterrestrial entities on Earth have been right here all along, hiding in the crushing darkness of the midnight zone. Today, we descend into the absolute void to meet 7 masters of the blue that prove nature's imagination is far more terrifying than fiction. Welcome to Deep Blue Chronicles. Imagine a creature that has remained unchanged for over 80 million years, a living relic of the dinosaur era that still prowls the depths today. This is the frilled shark, one of the most primitive and terrifying predators in the ocean. With its eel-like dark brown body that can stretch up to 2 meters, it looks more like a sea serpent from ancient mythology than a modern shark. Its most haunting feature, however, is its mouth. The frilled shark possesses 300 needle-sharp, trident-shaped teeth arranged in 25 rows. These teeth are designed to hook into soft-bodied prey like squid and other sharks, ensuring that once something is caught, there is absolutely no escape. Its name comes from the 6 pairs of gill slits that meet across its throat, creating a frilled or lace-like appearance that is unique in the shark world. The biology of the frilled shark is a masterpiece of deep-sea adaptation. Found at depths of up to 1,500 meters, it moves with a serpentine motion, lunging at prey like a terrestrial snake. Scientists believe it uses its liver, filled with low-density oils, to maintain neutral buoyancy, allowing it to hover motionless in the dark until the perfect moment to strike. Interestingly, the gestation period of a frilled shark can last up to 3.5 years, the longest of any vertebrate on Earth. This slow pace of life is a direct response to the low-energy environment of the deep ocean. To see a frilled shark in its natural habitat is to gaze back through a window of geological time. It is a silent phantom of the abyss, a predator that outlasted the extinction of the T-Rex and continues to rule its lightless kingdom with prehistoric perfection. In the heart of the ocean lies the only known entity on Earth that has mastered the secret of eternal life, the immortal jellyfish. While most creatures follow a linear path from birth to death, Turritopsis dohrnii has the incredible ability to reverse its life cycle. When it faces physical damage, starvation, or old age, this tiny jellyfish, no larger than a fingernail, undergoes a process called cellular transdifferentiation. Its adult cells transform back into their earliest specialized states, allowing the jellyfish to shrink back into a polyp and start its entire life cycle over again from the beginning. This is the biological equivalent of a butterfly turning back into a caterpillar, or a full-grown human becoming an infant once more. Theoretically, this process can repeat indefinitely, making the jellyfish biologically immortal. This Benjamin Button of the sea is a master of survival and global colonization. Originally from the Caribbean, it has hitched a ride in the ballast water of cargo ships and can now be found in oceans all around the world. Despite its tiny size, its presence challenges our fundamental understanding of aging and mortality. The biology behind its transformation is currently being studied by researchers hoping to find keys to human regenerative medicine. In the vast, competitive ecosystem of the blue, the immortal jellyfish proves that the ultimate defense is not teeth or venom, but the ability to simply start over. It is a shimmering, translucent ghost that defies the most basic law of nature, death, and continues to drift through time as an ageless witness to the ever-changing tides of the planet. Descending into the murky coastal waters and deep estuaries, you might encounter a silhouette that looks like a living weapon, the Sawfish. This extraordinary creature is actually a type of ray, despite its shark-like body, and is defined by its massive blade-like snout called a rostrum. This saw is lined with razor-sharp teeth on either side, making the animal look like an underwater lumberjack. But the saw is not just for intimidation. It is a highly sophisticated sensory and hunting tool. The rostrum is covered in thousands of tiny pores called ampullae of Lorenzini, which allow the sawfish to detect the faint electrical fields of prey buried deep beneath the sand, even in total darkness. When it finds its target, the sawfish uses its rostrum to thrash through schools of fish, impaling them or stunning them with lateral strikes before consuming them. The sawfish is one of the ocean's most critically endangered giants, with some species reaching lengths of over 7 meters. They are a link to a prehistoric age when marine life was heavily armored and brutally specialized. Their saw-like rostrum, while a formidable weapon, has also been their downfall, as it easily becomes entangled in fishing nets. These creatures are masters of both saltwater and freshwater environments, often traveling hundreds of miles up rivers to find safe nursery grounds for their young. To witness a sawfish in action is to see the raw power of evolutionary engineering, a predator that uses physics and electricity to dominate its environment. They are the silent architects of the shallows, guarding the coastal frontiers with a blade that has remained a symbol of marine power for millions of years. Deep in the bathypelagic zone, where the pressure is intense enough to crush most life forms, swims the Gulper eel, a creature that is almost entirely mouth. Also known as the pelican eel, its most striking feature is a massive hinge-like jaw that can open wide enough to swallow prey much larger than itself. Its head is disproportionately large compared to its long, thin, whip-like body, which ends in a specialized organ capable of bioluminescence. In the absolute dark of the abyss, the Gulper eel uses this glowing tip like a fishing lure, waving it to attract curious prey toward its cavernous mouth. Once the prey is close enough, the eel snaps its jaws shut, its stomach expanding like a balloon to accommodate the meal. The biology of the Gulper eel is a study in extreme specialization for a low-food environment. Because meals are rare at depths of 3,000 meters, the eel cannot afford to be a picky eater. Its teeth are small and numerous, designed for grip rather than slicing, and its skeleton is highly reduced to save energy. Despite its terrifying appearance, the Gulper eel is not a fast swimmer. It relies on stealth and the lure of light to survive. Interestingly, as they age, their bodies undergo dramatic changes to prepare for reproduction, a process that often results in the death of the individual after spawning. The Gulper eel is a reminder that in the abyss, survival requires radical designs. It is a living trap, a dark ribbon of life that rules the midnight zone with an impossible mouth and a glowing spark in the void. Floating upside down on the surface of the open ocean, the blue dragon is perhaps the most beautiful and deceptive assassin in the sea. This tiny sea slug, rarely longer than 3 centimeters, looks like a piece of intricate blue glass or a miniature dragon from a fantasy novel. Its brilliant blue and silver coloration is a form of counter-shading camouflage. From above, it blends with the blue of the water to hide from birds, while from below, its silver side reflects the sunlight to hide from fish. But don't let its fragile beauty fool you. The blue dragon is a specialized predator that feeds on the venomous Portuguese man-o'-war. Not only is it immune to the man-o'-war's deadly sting, but it actually steals the stinging cells, called nematocysts, and stores them in its own finger-like appendages to use for its own defense. This stolen venom makes the blue dragon one of the most dangerous creatures to touch in the ocean. Because it concentrates the toxins, its sting can be even more painful and lethal than the animal it ate. It travels the global currents by swallowing a bubble of air to stay buoyant, drifting wherever the wind and water take it. The blue dragon represents the ultimate mastery of chemical warfare and camouflage, a tiny entity that hunts giants and turns their own weapons against them. Seeing a swarm of these blue sea slugs is like witnessing a fleet of alien spacecraft on the ocean's surface, a stunning display of nature's ability to create something that is simultaneously breathtakingly beautiful and terrifyingly lethal. One of the most elusive and visually stunning entities in the Twilight Zone is the blanket octopus. The females of this species are the true stars, possessing long, iridescent capes of flesh that they can unfurl to look massive and intimidate predators. When threatened, these sheets of skin billow out like a rainbow-colored blanket, creating a shimmering optical illusion in the water. But the most bizarre aspect of the blanket octopus is the extreme size difference between genders. While a female can grow up to 2 meters in length, the male is no larger than a walnut, measuring only a few centimeters. The male's entire life is dedicated to finding a female, to whom he transfers a specialized arm filled with sperm before dying. The blanket octopus is a master of creative defense. Beyond its intimidating cape, it has been known to rip the stinging tentacles off of jellyfish and use them as whips to fend off attackers. This tool use is a testament to the high intelligence of cephalopods, even those living in the open ocean. Its body is covered in photophores that catch the faint light, making it look like a floating, neon silk scarf. To see a blanket octopus unfurl its iridescence in the deep blue is to witness the absolute peak of oceanic elegance. It is a queen of the currents, a creature that uses grace, intelligence, and a stolen sting to survive in a world where everything is trying to eat you. For nearly 70 years, the world believed the coelacanth had gone extinct alongside the dinosaurs, 66 million years ago. That changed in 1938, when a living specimen was pulled from the waters off the coast of South Africa, shocking the scientific community and earning the fish its title as the living fossil. The coelacanth is a lobe-finned fish that represents a critical branch in the tree of life, the group that eventually gave rise to the first land-dwelling vertebrates. Its fins are moved by muscles in a way that resembles the walking motion of four-legged animals, and it possesses a unique electrosensory organ in its snout that helps it find prey in the dark caves of the volcanic slopes where it lives. The biology of the coelacanth is truly out of time. It has a heart that is little more than a straight tube, a brain that occupies only 1% of its skull cavity, and a specialized notochord instead of a traditional backbone. They can live for over 100 years and grow to be 2 meters long, moving through the depths with a slow, ghostly rhythm. Found primarily in the Indian Ocean, these giants are a reminder that the deep sea is a sanctuary for the ancient. The coelacanth's survival proves that if an organism is perfectly designed for its environment, it can outlast continents shifting and mass extinctions. It is the ultimate witness to Earth's history, a fish out of time that continues to swim in the shadows, guarding the secrets of our own evolutionary origins. The abyss is not a graveyard of the past, but a vibrant gallery of nature's most daring designs. These 7 entities prove that the more we look, the more the ocean will surprise us. Which of these deep-sea monsters made you say, "Wow," the most? Let us know in the comments and help our community of deep-sea explorers grow. If you're ready to dive even deeper into the chronicles of the deep, hit the like button and subscribe to Deep Blue Chronicles. Click the video on your screen now to continue the adventure. Thank you for watching, and keep exploring the chronicles of the deep.